Hi there. So we're going to talk about finding a piece of furniture that you want to flip or to use in your own home, to sell for a profit or to give to a friend. So what I do when I'm looking for furniture, if it's something that someone's offering to me, it's for free, or if I'm picking it up on the side of the road, or if I'm looking for it on Facebook Marketplace, is three things. First of all, overall condition. Is it peeling? A lot of paint that's peeling on it? Does it look like several layers of paint? Does it have veneer that's missing and pretty damaged? Does it have a lot of water damage? Those are things, if it's a lot, I might stay away from that piece. I look for, do the drawers work smoothly, or do they at least, are they in good condition? And mainly, is the piece itself sturdy? If it's wobbly, has a lot of water damage, if it's just not a good quality piece, I might just let it go. The second thing is it a desirable piece in the marketplace? Am I going to be able to find a buyer? If not, do I have a friend or a family member that can use that piece of furniture and I'd like to fix it up for them, because I do that a lot. I don't need to have things just sitting around in my garage. I don't have enough space for that. So I like to know that it's a piece of furniture that someone would want to have in their home and that it would be a quick sale. And the third thing would be, if I am buying it, costs. Fortunately for me, I've not had to buy a lot of furniture. It's said that 12 million tons of furniture are thrown away every year in America. So you can Google that and find that information. So I've been able to find a lot of furniture that people either offer to me or on the side of the road. And you just want to make sure that it's free of bugs and anything that you don't want to really bring into your home. But it's amazing how many nice pieces of furniture I've been able to find. But if I am purchasing it, I try to keep it under $50. I really like to stay in the $20 and $30 range, and that may sound kind of ridiculous, but there's a lot of effort that you're going to put into your piece to make it sellable, and you want to get enough profit back for the amount of time it's going to take you. Plus, you're loading it up in your vehicle and bringing it, back to your home and so forth. So I try to spend 20 and 30, but I'll spend 50 if it's a nice piece. So those are the three markers that I have. Now, if I have something that I'm super inspired about, or I don't have a project in my garage, then I'm more willing to do more work and spend a little bit more money on that. So I do that too. As far as what I use for my pieces of furniture, of course you want to have a good cleaner. And I've mentioned Awesome Cleaner before that you can get from the Dollar Tree. It really works well, and you just want to rinse that off after you're done. Or you can use Dawn dish soap or another Palmolive or whatever dish soap you want to use. Dawn's just great on cutting through grease and grime with water, and you clean your piece with that, and of course rinse that off. I use an orbital sander, but I also hand sand, so you could do either one. And the grits are usually like 120, 180, 220 would probably be enough to start off with. And you just want to give your piece a light sanding if you're going to paint it. If you're going down to wood, then that's more of a process. So we can talk about that another time. And using a clear shellac, spray-on shellac, is a really easy way if you're starting off with doing furniture. I do that quite a bit. Not all the time, but I do that. And I'll also use a white spray primer, and then I'll roll primer from time to time. I honestly like that step to go a little quicker, so a lot of times I'll spray. And you just do a light sanding of that when you're done to make sure it's nice and smooth before you add your paint. And then paint, I always use paint with a primer. And if you're doing a piece for yourself, you really could skip using any other primer and just go ahead and do your paint with primer if it's a clean, nice piece, and just give it a good 3 coats. 3 coats will make it more durable. Otherwise, 2 to 3 coats of paint. I love a good paintbrush, and you can use cheap brushes. I've used a lot of cheap brushes, and now I love the Zebra brand brush because it's a synthetic brush, very smooth, and they have all different sizes for different projects. So that's one of my favorite, but I've used others, and I just recommend you find a brush you're comfortable with and just get started. Beginnings half done. Remember, beginnings half done. And then I use a polyacrylic or polyurethane top coat, and usually it's matte or a satin finish. And sometimes I add a little bit of water to it to help it have more time for settling and smoothing out without all the brush strokes. And then the last coat, oftentimes I'll do full strength, but that's 2 to 3 coats depending on the piece, especially if it's something that's going to get a lot of surface wear on the top of it. The sides, maybe not as much. And then the drawers, you do touch your drawers a lot. So I do that. I use wood filler to do little small, holes or nicks and stuff in the furniture. You can use it to fill in the holes where the hardware was if you're changing your hardware out and need to fill in those holes. And wood glue is great for, of course, if you have some peeling veneer or something like that, you need clamps to clamp that on. And then Bondo is a really strong, I forget what it's called, 2-part epoxy thing that you can use for more major repairs, but that's not something you'd have to start off with. So I use those items the most, and I can't think of anything else, but out of all the hundreds, possibly thousands YouTube videos that I have watched, and I've learned so much, and I thank these YouTubers. They have spent so much time and energy to videotape their projects and to teach us. I prefer not to video, but of course I'm doing that right now. It's just so much easier to just go out there and start your project and just do it. But I appreciate them, and I've learned a lot. But even with all that I've learned, almost every project has some kind of challenge for me. There's been a few that have been so simple and just fun and a breeze, and I love that. But most of them, there's some kind of challenge. And yes, I saw it on YouTube. And yes, I feel like I've had this situation before. Why isn't it working? But that does happen. And it's just a great opportunity to research more or be creative on your own and figure out a solution. And every project that you do is an opportunity to get better. And so that's what I want to do. I just want to get better. I want to learn more. And the more you learn, the better you get, the easier your projects are. That's just all there is to it. So there is a learning curve. So if you're first starting out on flipping a piece of furniture to sell or that you're using for yourself, I recommend choosing a small piece. And other YouTubers have said this as well, like a nice end table, nightstand, or just a small decorative table, like a corner table or something. And just start there. And just follow the steps. First clean it very well, and then a light sanding, and then prime it if you're selling it, or go ahead and go to your paint and primer. Give it a good 2 or 3 coats. Make sure it dries in between each coats. It makes the makes each coat more durable when it has that good drying time. And then you're going to need to top coat it with something, to make sure that it's going to last for yourself. But anyway, just wanted to share that real quick with you. And I'm so thankful that you're following along on my journey with furniture flipping. And I'm just excited about being able to make anything, something that's going to be thrown away or something that someone doesn't desire anymore, or just being creative and artistic and making something beautiful. I think it's so much fun. I love doing it. And I look forward to really breaking out in creativity and making some neat projects for the future. So anyway, thank you. Remember, beginnings have done. Bye.